You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Rodrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we didn't think the plot could thicken when it came to this Tua Tagovailoa injury issue, but it seems that the plot is in fact thickening. Of course, once again, he took a hell of a hit against the Bills on Sunday before last, and then that following Thursday on national streaming television, Amazon, he took another vicious hit and had to be pulled out of the game. Well, of course, the world in the NFL exploded around that. People were coming out, said it was pretty obvious that Tua had had a concussion the prior Sunday versus the Bills. I was watching that game versus the Bills, and hell yeah, it did look like he had a concussion. I'm not going to lie to you, but, you know, the one thing we haven't talked enough about is what did he tell the doctors? I would love to know that. What did you tell the doctors, knowing damn good and well you've got a quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater, who in the offseason was vocal about the fact that he thought he could win the job away from Tua Tagovailoa. And we know Teddy ball game he's an arguable starter in the league. He is. And at that point, Tua's play is sort of all over the place, right? Still, that chapter is yet to be written. Tua has flashed, and he does look better, but you get the point, right? The NFL and NFLPA will interview Tua Tagovailoa on Tuesday. It's been known since the NFL Players Association invoked its right to launch an investigation as to the handling of Tua Tagovailoa's injury 9 days ago that eventually Tua would be interviewed. Now, that unaffiliated neuro doctor, he's been fired. He's been fired because A, he said he wasn't quite sure what his role was, and B, they said he got a real attitude with the NFLPA, which I actually kind of find funny, to be honest with you. Tom Pelissero of NFL Media reports that interview will happen today. As PFT reported over the weekend, the NFLPA plans to ask Tua whether if he told the doctors he had a back injury. I continue to wonder about this. They actually examined his back, supposedly. The union's broader concern continues to be that whether it was a head or a back injury, the gross motor instability demonstrated by Tua should have kept him out of the game. It did look visually like a concussion. Nobody's going to dispute that. The NFL has promised full transparency as to whether the results of the investigation. Already, the NFLPA fired the unaffiliated trauma consultant. Well, okay, and look, there's one other thing. And this is a pretty obvious one. But there's rumors out there floating around that there is a chance that nobody with the team, including this neuro doctor, no doctors with the team, and this is just speculation, it's rumor, but it's heavy rumor. Nobody's been able to confirm if anybody just looked at the tape while he was out of the game. In other words, did they go back and look at the hit and his reaction to the hit afterwards before saying, okay, he's saying it's a back injury, back in. Okay? And if they didn't do that, if they didn't do that, they didn't actually look at the tape, look at the film, just simply look at a replay of him being hit, which, by the way, they're supposed to do. In other words, they'd have seen him and then get up and then, whoa, all this. If they did not cover that base, this is going to become an even bigger story because that is going to be a serious failure of just sort of like no-go protocol. In other words, we take one visual look at you, we see how you're reacting, bloop, you're out. That's it, right? And then a couple of 3 days later, here we are. The world's blown up. I do think Tua has some responsibility in this, though. I do. I mean, if he said it was a back injury, how much of that is you worrying about your job? Shouldn't matter, though. I mean, visually, as long as the Dolphins are covering their bases, Tua should be out of the game, right? And look, I made a video yesterday where I talked about the number of players being benched over, like, visual indications or something when they pulled them off the field of what might be a concussion. Well, that did skyrocket, okay? I don't know that everybody loved my wording, but I'm sorry, when you go from 3 players benched to 12, I mean, that's a huge leap. We're talking 9 players across the league that got pulled out of games compared to the week before. That is a jump, a notable jump. Teams are officially scared to death to play players. God, we could be looking at like Sunday Night Football real soon in the playoffs and a couple of backup quarterbacks staring down at each other. This could suck. It could. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Make sure you use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word will get you 25% off. Go get them right now.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.